Alright, hey y'all. I just wanted to say what's up to you guys before I start recording audio. Welcome to the ReaLysst podcast YouTube channel where you get to just see me say exactly what I'm gonna say on my podcast, but it's just a little bit more intimate, a little bit more personal, you know? I'm nervous, I'm not gonna lie, just a little bit. I'm gonna try to talk as smoothly as possible without making cuts. Like, I'm gonna try to do the least amount of cuts as possible, but still make it sound good. Anyway, let's get started. Hey guys! I do want to get right into this episode, but I first want to welcome everybody to my podcast, The ReaLysst, okay? It's very on brand for me, let's be for real. This has been in the works for a very hot minute now, so I'm excited, I'm a little eager, and I'm a little nervous, but it's okay. We're definitely going to have a lot of fun on here, and I will see you guys every week, every Saturday, for an episode. Like a couple besties chopping it up on FaceTime or on the phone, depending on, if you're listening or watching. I'll honestly be covering a pretty wide variety of things on this podcast. I just like to talk, so here's my outlet. Anything from literally like self-care, self-improvement, self-growth, confidence, femininity, feminine energy. There is a difference, yes. Friendships, relationships, Q&As, girl talks, like all that. I'm gonna definitely be giving a lot of advice as well. So it's gonna be a good time. Today we're getting right into the good stuff. We're gonna be talking about confidence and just knowing you're that girl. So let's get started. First things first, babe. If you don't fake it till you make it, like that's exactly what I did, and it honestly worked pretty well. Literally, the energy that you give off is the energy that will be portrayed. Say, for example, you're like really tall, like me. Tall girl, hey. Fellow tall girl, fellow stallion. Let's say you're insecure about your height and you don't like how tall you are, which was also me literally a year ago. And you kind of walk a little hunched, or you try to walk like you're shorter than you really are. That is very clear to other people. So even if you don't really even notice it, other people do. And other people move accordingly to that. You'd be surprised, honestly. It's unfortunate, but it's true. But yeah, like God made everybody unique and different in their own ways. And as soon as I kind of realized there is no person besides twins that look the same, and even twins have differentialities, you start to, or at least I started to kind of embrace literally everything about myself. And of course, it's easier said than done, but we're going to get more into it. It's okay. So I would say, yeah, the first step, definitely faking until you make it. But it's not just that. Like, that's not the only thing, unfortunately. It's not as easy as it sounds. And that's not the only thing that you can... I don't even know where I'm going with that next. So I'm going to get better with talking, by the way. I'm used to being on YouTube and literally just editing my sentences. So I don't even know how to form sentences. That's terrible, but... I'm just being transparent here. It's gonna get better. Anyway, changing how you think about yourself and like say things to yourself is really a big step towards, exuding confidence and truly feeling confident. Honestly, I feel like most people don't realize how important it is to speak and think positively, because your thoughts and your words literally create your reality. So if you're sitting here telling yourself you can't do something, or you don't look good, or nobody likes you, or all these negative things, that's exactly what's going to come into fruition. That's exactly what's going to happen in your reality. And same with if you're speaking positively. If you speak positively about yourself, your vibration is higher, and people see that and feel that. So I would say definitely, if you do talk negatively to yourself, or even in the mirror, or even think negatively, we got to cut that out, because that does make a big difference, changing how you speak to yourself. And you have to believe it too. You can't just sit here and just say cute little affirmations in the mirror and not believe them, because that's kind of contradicting. And I feel like when people say, oh yeah, just say like affirmations in the mirror, that's not all that comes with it, and that doesn't really get you far, especially when you don't believe it. So just be delusional. Basically, be delusional, fake it till you make it, but also just change the way you think about yourself. Another little tip that I started to do when I was going through my little confidence journey, and that's still a continuing journey, by the way, I would go into heavy detail about specific things on my body. Like, when I would get out the shower and I'm doing my little night routine and I'm putting on lotion and doing my skincare and stuff, I'm complimenting myself out loud, like, oh, like your long, luscious, soft legs, and like, oh, I love your bright eyes and your rosy red cheeks, because I used to be so insecure about my cheeks. They're so red. But now I'm like, who needs blush? Not me. So, but yeah, as soon as you change how you look at yourself, that does make a huge difference. I promise. Also, another huge thing that kind of exudes that confidence is being your authentic self, being your true authentic self. Like, just fuck what anybody thinks. Fuck what anybody is trying to say about you, or even not say, even in somebody's face. Most likely, if somebody's looking at you, it's not for the reason that you think. And I've noticed that also. Like, people be looking at you just out of curiosity, or, oh, I wonder what they're doing, especially when it comes to like filming in public. Obviously, that's not really what we're talking about, but I'm just saying, like, you would really be surprised how wrong your assumptions be 90% of the time. I digress though. Anyways, but yeah, just be your true authentic self. People love that. And honestly, with social media and just society nowadays, I feel like not nobody, but just a lot of people either don't really feel comfortable being their true and authentic self, or they just kind of act accordingly to what they think is correct in society. Literally, fuck society. Like, nobody, no, we don't do that, okay? We just act how we want to act. If you have intrusive thoughts, as long as they're safe, just go ahead and do it, or say it, or whatever. Like, just be yourself. And if you, I don't know, it just helps a lot with your confidence, and just knowing that you're living every single day for you and not anybody else. That really does make a big difference with your confidence, I promise. All right. So next thing, make sure to be humble though, okay? Let's not mix confidence with cockiness. A true confident girl is not worried about the next girl and doesn't compare herself either. So if you find yourself comparing yourself, just remember that comparison is the thief of joy, okay? Everyone is unique and different in their own way, so it's it is unfair to even compare yourself to somebody else, like a whole nother human being who's on a whole nother journey than you. Think about that. Anytime that you've compared yourself to other people, or their things, or their body, or their house, their car, whatever, it never feels good. Ever, honestly. And then the opposite too. Like, if you're, okay, this might hit some people where it hurts, and I gotta be the one to tell you, okay? If you're the opposite and you compare yourself to people who you find lesser, quote unquote, lesser than you, that's a whole nother thing that we gonna have to unpack in a whole nother episode, okay? Like, if you're doing that, it's time to look inward, because that's not really cute, to be completely honest. Ever since I stopped comparing myself to people, I've literally felt an immediate vibration raise. I'm not even playing, because like I said, comparison is a thief of joy. It never feels good when you compare yourself to people. Polka's crying because Jay just left. So if you hear that, that's what that is. So I apologize. He's not gonna stop. So he's so dramatic. Anyways, but yeah, like, I feel more content with what I got going on because I'm not comparing myself to the next person. Like, I know what I got going on. I know what's in, my control. Like, when you're trying to be upset about something you can't control, like your looks, or your body, you can control, as you can control that to a certain extent. But when you're upset about things you can't control, it also robs your joy and your happiness. You just have to embrace the things that you're not able to control. And that's not only when it comes to confidence, that's just in general. If there's a situation or a financial situation or something that you cannot control in the moment, you gotta let go and let God, baby. That's it. But anyway, I'm getting off track. But yeah, I just don't compare myself to other people in their journeys. Like I said, everybody's on their own path, their own journey. Everybody got their own stuff going on. And 9 times out of 10, there's definitely something that you can't see on the outside that people are struggling with on the inside. And just like you and me, like, everybody got something that they got going on. But that doesn't mean that they're less of a person, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know where I'm going with that, but I was just spitting for a second and now I got off track. This is another thing. Oh my gosh. Social media, bro. Here we go. Social media is a freaking lie. Like, on so many different levels, it's not even funny. If you find yourself comparing yourself to anyone or anything on social media, I'm gonna need you to pause right quick. Just real quick. Pause. I'm going to help you gain a new and different perspective on this. Unless you already know and you just need a reminder. I got you, okay? Social media, unfortunately, there's a lot of masks. There's a lot of hidden things that I feel like a lot of people don't really see when, you're taking a quick glance at somebody's page or somebody's picture or whatever. So it's very unfair for you to compare yourself to anything or anyone that you see on social media. That shit is damn near like fake in a way, because nobody's gonna post their insecurities. Nobody's gonna post what they think is their flaws. Nobody's gonna post their bad days or anything negative, because it's social media. Like, of course they want to be, most people want to be portrayed, I don't want to say perfect, but like, not perfect, if you're picking up what I'm putting down. Everyone wants to make it seem like their life is put together and just, happy and good vibes and all the time and whatever, So again, it's just very unfair for you to compare yourself on any freaking platform of social media. TikTok too, like these filters and Photoshop and editing and all that is a huge part of it. And so again, it's just very unfair for you, to compare yourself. And honestly, of course, it's easier said than done. And I understand that, because it took me a long time to kind of shift my mindset as well. But if you try to like practice taking comparison out of your life in general, like not even just when it comes to your looks or your body or whatever, I'm talking in general, people's situations, housing, literally anything. Just take comparison out of your freaking, I was gonna say vocabulary, but you know what I'm trying to say. Like, just take it out completely, because like I've said, it's the thief of joy, and it really does make you just not feel the best. And who wants to feel like that? Not me. But yeah, like confidence is just owning yourself and like owning who you are and how you look and embracing your flaws and being content in your own mind and body. That's confidence. Confidence is not trying to bring other people down or talk down on other people just because. I don't even know why. I don't know why people do that, honestly. Well, I do know, but when you're confident, you're not talking down on people or trying to make people feel less of a bad bitch, I guess. I honestly don't remember where I was, because my dad called me, but yeah, like I said, like when you're confident, you're not really talking down on people and trying to make people feel like less of a baddie, because like I said, everybody is a baddie. So if you're over here trying to make other people feel less about themselves, that's a whole nother issue that we don't need to get into this episode. But that's like a form of insecurity. And if everybody was secure in the world, there would be world peace. Okay, I'm being a little dramatic, but honestly, it makes a big difference. Okay, so newsflash real quick. Your quote unquote flaws are really only flaws in your head and like to you. Bet you ain't think of it like that. So yeah, once you start embracing them and loving on them, it will exude externally and people will start to pick up on that. Everything is energy. And so when you feel internally like that confidence and just embracing your quote unquote flaws, people will pick up on that, and nobody's going to try to like knock you down, knock you off your little high horse. Okay. And even if people try to, say something negative or even like a comment or whatever, that's trying to like point out a flaw of yours or point something out that they think would make you insecure or something, that is them projecting their insecurities onto you. That has nothing to do with you. That is not your business. That's all on them, and that's something that they need to work on at some point. I feel like that is a huge thing that like is not really talked about, and it sucks because it really does affect people, and it affects most people who feel confident in a certain way, and then they're basically told from a fucking nobody with no profile picture that they're ugly or their mole on their neck looks like a bug, or I don't know. I'm using my own examples, but bump that. Like, that's them literally projecting and trying to make somebody else feel as bad as they feel about themselves. Misery loves company, okay? Like, anybody that feels bad about themselves doesn't want to feel like they're the only person that feels bad about themselves. So they're going to try to bring other people down and project their insecurities onto you. And if you're a confident girl, you're not going for that. It's not going to work. And that will piss them off even more, which I personally love. But yeah, so when you let somebody like that affect you and bring you down in any way, or even respond to them, or like whatever, just try to defend yourself, or even just get down and upset, that's exactly what they want. You're giving them the reaction that they're looking for. So just put that into perspective. Like, bump them. Like, what? They literally, boo. You wish you looked this good. Like, that's how you gotta spin it, and just try to, fix, I guess, your outlook on that. And when you get hate comments, or even hate comments, whether that's online or in person, it's a bigger thing. It's definitely a deeper thing that most people don't really know. So, yeah, if anybody's trying to talk down on you or even say anything negative, just know that that got nothing to do with you, and that is all them, and that's just them trying to make other people feel miserable just like they feel about themselves. So, yeah, if just fuck them respectfully. Actually, disrespectfully, because that's rude. I mean, no, not disrespectfully. I feel like some people just don't even realize that their insecurities are making them do that. And that's just a sense of unawareness. And that has nothing to do with you, like I said. So just pray for them. So, with that said, I basically went through all of my talking points, and I honestly have nothing else to say. I feel like I've covered a lot. I could go more in depth. If you guys have any more questions or anything that I didn't cover, let me know. DM me on Instagram, or email my podcast email at, it's just therealist@gmail.com. And that is basically the email that I will have everybody be asking, questions that I can answer in episodes. I want to start answering like questions at the end of each episode, or maybe even doing like a full dedicated episode, maybe once a month or something, where I just kind of answer y'all's questions or give advice on certain situations. Give me as much detail as you want. Like, I'm here for you, okay? I'm here for you. So, yeah, I'm really excited. This is the first episode, so, bear with me. It's only going to get better from here. It's only up from here, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys next week. Just, yeah, tune in every Saturday. I'm going to be here uploading every Saturday. I do have a lot of exciting episodes coming up, so stay tuned. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify or any of the podcast platforms and you're not watching, leave me a 5-star review and just a little review, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that would help me so much. So thank you in advance. And if you're watching on my YouTube, thank you guys for watching. Definitely leave some comments in the comments below, and I will see you guys next week. I love you so much. Just remember, you're a bad bitch, okay? And don't let anybody try to rain on your parade, okay? Because bump them. Have a great day or night whenever you're watching this or listening. But I love you so much, and I really hope that this episode helped some of you at least. Like, I hope you got some good insight and some good information from this. So I will see you guys next week, and until then, bye.
Bye.